We also talked to the Dead Pit guys, CK and Uncle Bill, Creepy Kentuckian and Uncle Bill. Here's a copy of Into the Pit. This is actually the work print edition. Now, ironically enough, they did not give me this. I was going to buy one, but they sold out really quick. I remember when they went on sale. But my buddy Brent got this one from one of the filmmakers. Not Kelly, but the other guy. His name is jumping out of my mind right now, so I apologize for that, sir. But thank you for sending this to us so we can watch it. And we're probably going to end up reviewing it one day. So, Into the Pit. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Before I get going on the swag, there was something else I was going to tell you about. If I can find my reminder. Here it is. As you can see on the screen behind me where I have Retro Phantasma. I don't know if I can get out of the way or if you can even read that from there. But here we go. Here's the promo for the Escapism Festival. They're going to have this next in September, next month, from the 24th to the 26th. They're going to play tons of badass movies. Right here on this card alone, they've got Escape from New York, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, and Raiders of the Lost Ark listed. So, I mean, come on. The funny thing is, I think that same weekend, Johnny Priest and Mac Allen are going to be shooting their horror movie, Desdemona 6, and I really wanted to help them out. So I might end up missing this, but it'll be worth it to help out some fellow filmmakers, because I like working on other people's films that are working in the same genre. It's always a good learning experience. All right, let's get into the swag. Here we go. This one I got from Walmart, so you can too. $9. 30th Anniversary Ultimate Edition. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I know Walmart is evil. All my hippie friends tell me that, but you know what? I don't care if it's evil. I made a deal with them for $9 for this awesome set of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Now, the cool thing, I'm going to ramble a little bit in case you can't tell, but the YouTube upped the time limit on the videos, so we can go up to 15 minutes now, so I'm happy about that. Isn't that awesome? $9, come on. Now, this swag that I'm sharing with you is what I've gathered from the past few months. Okay, so it's not like I got this all this week or whatever. It's been probably since the Heroes Con. So it's been almost 4 months. Okay, here's one we just received in the mail. Shivers. I got this dirt cheap off of eBay. It says collector's edition right now. Now, the cool thing is, Going Mad is just the beginning. That's the tagline on the cover. I've never seen that before, so I always thought the tagline was Beyond the Power of Priest or Science to Exercise. Yeah, there it is on the back. Terror, Beyond the Power of Priest or Science to Exercise. That's pretty close. But anyway. Oh, scored Dexter. The pawn shop. The pawn shop is the coolest place to get CDs. I mean, DVDs sometimes, because people pawn their shit, and you can go in and scoop it up for an absolute steal. I was one of the first people on Dexter. I actually have the entire first season, but it's all what I've recorded off of TV back when I had DirecTV. Now I just watch everything on YouTube. So hey, if you're not watching it on YouTube, I don't know what's wrong with you. Here's a copy of Paul Strander's Zombie Kings. Really, really fun indie short film. It was one of the top 10 finalists in the American Zombie Film Festival, and I thought it had a real good chance of winning. I really enjoyed it. A lot of really cool, talented people from the Charlotte film community were involved in this as well. Some cool peeps on there. Oh, here's one I got from the Fright Night. That's the Twilight Drunken Commentary from Creepy Kentucky and Uncle Bill, courtesy of the Dead Pit guys. There they are hanging out with, what's his name from Twilight. Haven't watched it yet, but that's definitely high on my list of things to check out. Oh, here's one. $1 at the store. You're thinking, War of the Worlds, whatever. Used bookstore. Okay, it's $1. It's the screenplay by Josh Friedman and David Cope. Very good screenwriters. In the back, it has a Q&A section. So, for $1, my philosophy is, as a I consider myself a student of the game. Okay, the game of storytelling, so to speak. So, if I can learn one trick from any book, any DVD, any movie, any commentary track, any friend, any seminar, whatever, that makes it makes the cost of it all worth it. If I've learned one trick that I can add to my repertoire. So yeah, that's how I look at it. Here's another one, 50 cents from the used book store. Stephen King's story. I'm getting some crazy shadows on there, but sorry about that, guys. Here's a comic I've been trying to get for a while. This is actually created by the Wachowski brothers, called Shaolin Cowboy. Check out that art. That's Jeff Darrow artwork right there. I'm not sure who's doing the colors, but it looks like a Laura Dupuy who did Planetary. That's just a cool concept, isn't it? That just screams for a movie. Shaolin Cowboy. They should get Sammo Hung to shave his head and play the Shaolin Cowboy. All right, here we go. More Walmart acquisitions from over the past few months. I think these were $10. Trick or Treat. Blu-ray. Come on. You can't ask for any more than that. That's the perfect movie for Blu-ray. My sister and her fiance stopped by, and I figured, okay, well, I'll show them how good this TV looks. And you want to show off how good your TV looks, you throw in something like Trick or Treat, and people will just be mesmerized. And they were. I just turned it on. I said, like 10 minutes later, you guys want to watch this? And they're like, oh, it's pretty good. And they just sat there and watched the whole thing. So here's another one in Walmart, The Shining. Okay, I did not believe that Blu-ray had the power to improve the look of older films that weren't shot with, high definition camera. But this movie, The Shining, proved me wrong. It looks fantastic. The image is so clear. Oh, it's unbelievable. So this is definitely $10 at Walmart. That's a steal. That's horror filmmaking 101 right there, courtesy of Stanley Kubrick. Now, the cool thing on here, special features, and I still haven't had a chance to check it out. Commentary by Steadicam inventor, operator Garrett Brown, and historian John Baxter. Booyah. There's your film school in a box. Hitchcock's Stranger on a Train, $3. That was a Big Lots acquisition. Yeah. Reason is this. Commentary by director Peter Bogdanovich, one of Roger Corman's proteges. Psycho screenwriter Joseph Stefano. Patricia Highsmith biographer Andrew Wilson, and several Hitchcock's colleagues, aficionados, and family members. So, there you go. Commentary on a Hitchcock. Again, film school in a box. Okay, here's one I picked up from Fright Night Film Fest, which you should know by now because I know that the video with Barbara Bell is up for this, where we talked to her. Pretty cool. They're even cool enough to give me an extra copy so I can mount one, because you guys know how I love to have these things framed, because I find it inspirational. I'm not an autograph collector, but every signature I have has some kind of story attached to it, and it all revolves around my desire to be a filmmaker. And I find these things inspirational. So, graphic sexual horror, best documentary I've seen this year. Check it out. Definitely watch my interview right here on YouTube. Pull that bar down over top of my head and scroll over just a few, and you'll see it right there. Interview with Barbara Bell. Really, really nice lady. The work itself is very powerful. Very powerful. Yeah, words kind of escape me on that one. I'm not going to review it. I'll ramble forever on that. Okay, but just check it out. They're making the not tournament rounds, but convention rounds as we speak. So you can find graphic sexual horror playing at conventions and film festivals. If you see it on the list, take time to go watch it. I had actually read about it on the IMDb because somebody talked about it on there, and but I didn't catch that it was at the film festival. I have to give Gio credit for that. Gio is the one that saw it on. Well, he was the one pervy enough that spotted it on the on the film list. He's like, I want to see this one, graphic sexual horror. So we went to see it. I figured, hey, when I heard that title, I was like, oh yeah, I heard about that one. So Midnight Meat Train, picked it up from not a video store, whatever they are now, movie stores. Yeah, a couple games I got. Fatal Frame 1, I think, is actually in there in the Xbox. Check that bad boy out. These are Xbox classic games, but they are supported on Xbox 360. And if you watch, there is a video, if you Google for it or search for it here on YouTube, it's called something like Scariest Video Games Ever, or Scariest Video Games of All Time. Count down several of them, number 1 or the top 5 Fatal Frame series. So I thought, hey, since they're supported on the 360. Let's check these babies out. Oh, got Alone in the Dark, which I haven't played yet, and I don't really know anything about. You can tell it's a former rental, but I got it for a couple bucks from a store that was closing. You know, one of the movie galleries. 28 weeks later, found that for $5 at a grocery store of all places. They were clearing out their stuff. Kick-Ass Blu-ray. What's up? Kick-Ass. Until Scott Pilgrim, Kick-Ass was pretty much my favorite movie of the year. Scott Pilgrim, yeah, that's a whole different story. And I just want to say, I was looking for my ticket to Scott Pilgrim because I was going to hold it up like a badge of honor because I went to see it not once but actually twice on opening weekend. And shame on the rest of you fellow geeks who did not support Scott Pilgrim, but you're going to go back and you're going to buy the DVD, and damn you, then you're going to talk about how great it is, but you didn't go see it when it opened. So fie on you, fie, I say, because that means since it was a colossal flop, we're going to get less and less movies of that caliber and less daring and imaginative movies. But anyway, I can go on a rant about Scott Pilgrim, but I'm trying not to bring that stuff onto this channel. Here's another part of my filmmaking side, Lost in La Mancha, about Terry Gilliam's quest to adapt Don Quixote to film. And, you know, famously, Orson Welles was unsuccessful in adapting Don Quixote to film. And he pretty much filmed it his whole life. His lead actor even died, and he got a new one, and he kept filming. That's insane. That's why Orson Welles is one of the patron saints of guerrilla filmmaking, patron saints of MVP. There's a documentary on Z Channel, story of Jerry, what was his last name? Jerry Harvey. Okay. One of the original pay channels that played awesome arty movies. So yeah, pump up the volume. Actually, I had this laying around. I don't know why it's stuck. But this is part. I was going to do a video on some of the movies that influenced me the most, like growing up, gave me a piece of my philosophy. Pump Up the Volume was one. That's part of what you're seeing right now, is learning to talk to you guys. Citizen Kane, believe it or not, before I wanted to make movies, I was a comic book artist, and all the old artists said they learned how to do storytelling and visual storytelling that translated into comics and the kind of language that they created by watching Citizen Kane. They used to go watch it every weekend. So I picked it up. There it is. And it is, again, film school in the box. Roadhouse. I always wanted to be Dalton. So there you go. That's the reason for a lot of other things.